What is going on, you guys? Welcome to the Racy Podcast. This is your host, Cristopher Zamora. Welcome to the show. So today, guys, I want to speak to you about Alex Pereira. He literally got a win against the guy that just beat him, the Russian guy that he just fought, named Ankalaev. Wow. He beat him in the very first round. He just went straight in and just beat him up, just like that. He just took the win. Ankalaev defeated him by decision in the very first fight they had, and they won all 5 rounds. The crazy part is, he just defeated him in the very first round in the second fight. Alex Pereira, man. This guy is such a beast. This guy is just so great, man. He was a 2-time kickboxing champion, and now he's an MMA 2-time MMA champion. This guy is a beast. I don't care which sport you're in, but that's very impressive. In combat sports, that's got to be very difficult, man. That's definitely got to be very difficult because you got to get past lots of killers, man. You got to go up against lots of scary dudes, and this guy, he just lines them up and knocks them down just like that. And now he is thinking of actually moving to boxing once he retires from MMA. That's impressive. That will be impressive if just saying, man, if somehow, some way, if he beats Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua, dude, that'd be fucking insane. That'd be really insane. I think he probably might be the very first person to ever do that in any sport. In 3 combat sports, to be a 2-time division champ, dude, that's very impressive. So, yeah, man, Alex Pereira, he shocked the whole world once again, dude. This time I did better on him, and I thought that he was at least going to get at least 62.5 punches. I think that was the pick that I chose on Price Picks. And guess what? He got about maybe 24 punches in, and he defeated his opponent in the very first round. Man, dude, I only had 1 pick left to actually earn $90. I got 5 picks on that freaking thing that I have for Price Picks, dude. And that was the only one that I got wrong. I didn't choose the flex play. I chose power play. A power play is that you need to get all the choices that you made right. And I got 4 of them right until that one. So the 5th one, which Alex Pereira, he got less than 62.5 hits. And that's why I lost that bet, man. I lost my $20 that I betted. I could have won $90. That sucks. But it is what it is. Oh, man. But that is insane, dude. Just becoming a 2-time champ on MMA, that is fucking insane. I'm surprised, dude. This guy, he's a beast. He's definitely is maybe one of the greats for MMA. He's just barely I'm guessing he's just been there for maybe 4 years or so, or 3 or 4 years. Yeah, he really hasn't been in UFC for a very long time. He first started with kickboxing, then he moved to MMA, and now maybe in a couple of more years he might retire and move on to boxing, which is crazy. Boxing is a different sport than MMA. You're mostly focusing with your hands, and he is mostly just known for his kickboxing. With his hands, he has dynamite in his hands, you know. He has a puncher's chance, or whatever how they call it. He always has the opportunity to actually knock out his opponents. We'll see how he does, man. Alex Pereira is very impressive, dude. I remember when he first fought Israel Adesanya in the UFC. I thought Israel Adesanya was actually going to beat him by decision win, but it turns out that he freaking KO'd him in the 5th round. It was such a close fight. But actually, it wasn't a close fight because Israel Adesanya was winning most of it until the 5th round came in and he couldn't take those punches anymore, and that is why Alex Pereira defeated him. Alex Pereira, man, he is a different being. He's out of this world, dude. Like, I saw the fight that he had with Khalil Roundtree. That guy is very impressive as well. Khalil Roundtree is a pretty good fighter, but then he was able to read him, and I think he KO'd him in the 4th round, I believe. Alex Pereira to Khalil Roundtree. That was a good fight for him. And also the one he had with Jerry Prochazka. Jerry Prochazka, man, that guy's on a different level. It's a crazy dude. Jerry Prochazka, when he fought Khalil Roundtree, I really thought that he was gonna lose that fight. Like, I remember I saw that fight, dude. It was so close. Like, Khalil Roundtree was winning the fight. It was a 3-round fight, but then Jerry Prochazka out of nowhere, he just came out, and then he KO'd Khalil Roundtree in round 3. That's crazy, dude. Jerry Prochazka is good, man. He's a good fighter as well. But I don't know if he'll want to take another fight with Alex Pereira. He already had 2 fights against him, and he lost both of them by KO. So we'll see, man. Let's see what is next for Alex Pereira. He already had 2 fights with Ankalaev. He lost one and then won the other. Maybe that might make it as a trilogy, but I don't know. I think it's strange if there is going to be a 3rd match, because if he KO'd him maybe like around round 4 or so, then yeah, it would have been good to actually have a trilogy fight. But since he KO'd in the very first round, I don't know, man. I don't think it's a good idea to actually have another fight between these two. Maybe he'll need to move on and fight somebody else. Maybe like John Jones. Yeah, that would be a great fight. John Jones against Alex Pereira. But I don't know, man. This fight, I believe that it probably might not go to decision. Maybe one of these fellas, they are going to get KO'd or maybe submitted. And I don't know, man. This is a hard fight to predict. I think maybe John Jones might win. That guy is no joke, man. For his age now, he's awesome. John Jones, he's definitely like one of the best MMA fighters that has ever lived. I believe he became the youngest champion of all time for MMA. Just like how Mike Tyson was the youngest champion in boxing, John Jones became the youngest for mixed martial arts. So yeah, John Jones, he is one of those guys that probably will be remembered for his greatness in MMA. I really wasn't familiar with his career until like later on, until he finally started fighting Ciryl Gane. So yeah, I really wasn't really into MMA like back then. It's just started recently, just watching MMA maybe like back in 2021, 2022. Like once when Conor McGregor came back to the UFC, when he fought Dustin Poirier for the 3rd fight. That's when I actually started watching UFC consistently. Yeah, that has been my journey for UFC. That's where I actually started. Like I started watching Khamzat Chimaev when he was rising up, Ilia Topuria. Charles Oliveira was already at the top. Like he was already peaking. Kamaru Usman as well. I seen Justin Gaethje's fights a little bit. Max Holloway. Yeah, there's a lot of great fighters out there, but most of the ones that I just know of is the newer guys that came in, like Paddy Pimblett, Ilia Topuria, and Khamzat Chimaev, and also Sean O'Malley as well. Those are like the ones that I know of from the new generation that just came in for the UFC in our becoming like well known in the sport, you know. Yeah, but that's crazy. Going back to Alex Pereira, if he's gonna go to boxing, then there's no doubt, man, that he is definitely gonna prove everybody wrong, and I believe that he can, dude. He can possibly beat like one of these top guys. That would be really insane if he actually does, dude. I mean, you guys remember how Francis Ngannou planned to actually defeat Anthony Joshua, but then he got KO'd, I think like in the very first or second round. Ooh, that really was so disappointing because he was a monster in the UFC, Francis Ngannou. But when he got KO'd, man, and against Anthony Joshua, all that scariness just went away, just like that. And we really haven't seen him fight in boxing for such long periods of time. I don't know if he actually went back to MMA. I don't really follow his career like that anymore. Yeah, but good luck to Alex Pereira, dude, if he actually goes to boxing right after he retires from MMA. That'll be insane, dude. And now switching gears, guys. I really want to speak to you about the movie, The Black Phone 2. I still haven't seen the movie yet, but I've seen the reviews online for Rotten Tomatoes. The audience score is surprisingly at 87%. That is pretty good. That is very good for a movie that has a sequel and potentially might be better than the very first movie. I told y'all guys before that as for me, I did not really enjoy the very first movie of The Black Phone. But just like looking at the trailers alone, and this movie just seems so interesting. The second one seems pretty good. It's almost like they gave him the powers of Freddy Krueger in a way. And yeah, man, I'm excited to actually maybe go see it in the movie theaters, this one. Yeah, I probably might go see it. I probably might have to rewatch The Black Phone 1 again because it's been a long time since I've seen it, and I did kind of forgot like what happened on the movie. Yeah, let's see, man. Let's see how this one turns out. But that's great that an 87% for this movie from the audience score. That's pretty surprising. I'm glad, man. I'm glad that horror movies, they are doing so good. Like lots of people are enjoying horror nowadays. It's pretty awesome, man, because when I go to my gym, there's always like lots of people like wearing horror type of shirts, and that's awesome. Horror is living on, dude, to new people, to new generations, and it's gonna keep on going and going and going. It's never going to stop, you know. Yeah, The Black Phone 2. Hopefully it turns out pretty good when I go see it. Still haven't seen it yet, but I just wanted to tell you guys that about that one. Ethan Hawke, he's the guy who came out on that movie as the grabber, the villain. Like him playing as that character, I feel like he did great in the very first film. But I'm not sure how sinister he becomes in the second movie. Sinister. That was another horror movie that he was in. Yeah. Let's see how that one turns out, dude. And now the last thing I want to speak to you about is about Stranger Things, the season finale. It says right here on this tweet, the Duffer Brothers confirm the Stranger Things series finale is 2 hours long. It will also explain what the Upside Down is. This is a quote what they said. This is a complete story. It's done. They're no longer going to continue on with this franchise. And it's been so long since they have been creating these episodes for Stranger Things. Like I remember it first came out back in 2016. It's been 9 years since it has come out, and they have only created 5 seasons for it. 8 episodes each season, but they're very high quality episodes. 2 hours long for the season finale. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm not going to complain about that. But let's see how it turns out, dude. Hopefully, it's a very satisfying finale for this TV show. Hopefully, it's not nothing like Game of Thrones. You know how lots of people they were so disappointed when that came out. Stranger Things has been pretty great, like all these years. Like lots of people have been talking about it. He has been popularized culturally, and lots of people love it. Let's see how it turns out, dude. The season finale of that TV show. And the last thing I wanted to speak to you about is about the Return to Silent Hill film. It's actually going to come out in January 23rd, the movie. Just by looking at the actors who are playing these characters of Maria and James, I feel like they actually got the right person to play as Maria, but not James. James in the game, he has blonde hair. In the movie, he has curly hair. Curly black hair. Why? I don't know. Why would they change that? That's like so iconic of actually having these characters. Like people know how they look like. The fans know how these characters look like from the games. I don't know why they won't keep his hair blonde. But other than that, the cinematography in this movie, it seems legit. Hopefully it doesn't turn out to be bad. This might be a hit or miss type of movie. But like, I'm excited, dude. Silent Hill 2 was the very first game that introduced me to the Silent Hill franchise. I'm talking about the remake version, because I never actually played the original one. I still haven't played Silent Hill F, but Silent Hill 2 was so great. I have played the game twice already. 2 playthroughs. I feel like the very first time that you played this game, it just hits so different. Like, it was like out of this world. And the second time you play it again, it just feels like you already know what's gonna happen. But like that first time that I played it though, man, it was just so epic. And I really enjoyed that game. And I cannot wait for more Silent Hill games. Like I feel like they probably might make the games almost like Resident Evil did with those remakes. So that would be so awesome. Like Bloober Team, the people who have created Silent Hill 2, they have stated that they are working on the original Silent Hill game. So you're going to update the graphics, the gameplay, and everything about that game. And guess what? I'm going to be there on day one playing that game. Hopefully. For Silent Hill F, I'm kind of saving my money right now. I'm just waiting for the Black Friday deals to come in because, yeah, this economy is very tough. You know, you got to save your money and you got to spend your money on stuff that you need, not on stuff that you want, you know? And hopefully Silent Hill F, it turns out pretty good. I mean, the ratings overall for that game, they are pretty good. But I read somewhere that you don't have no guns in this game on Silent Hill F. You're only using tools to actually fight the monsters. That kind of threw me off because I thought you were able to shoot those demons or whatever they are. But it is what it is. I'm still going to play the game though. I'm just waiting for the price to go down a little bit. I'm excited though to play it. And yeah, guys, that is it for this podcast. Hey, thank you so much for listening. If you guys did enjoy this podcast, make sure to follow it. And also recommend this podcast to a friend or a neighbor that actually likes listening to stuff about combat sports and horror stuff. We literally have one more episode left until it's episode 150, guys. I've been doing this podcast every single week since December of 2022. That's insane. That's really insane, dude. I'm actually very proud of myself that I still continuing with this podcast. Every single week I post at least one, and it's been 149 weeks ever since December 22. Yeah, man, it's been crazy. It's been one heck of a ride, and I'm gonna continue on with this podcast. It's gonna be my 3rd year around December time of 2025. Yeah, I'm excited, dude. I'm excited to still post more of these podcasts. I know it's like some podcasts don't really get any views, but the people that actually do click on these videos or listen to the podcast, I thank you, man. I really thank you. You guys are the real ones. And hopefully you follow me on this journey and I still continue on with this podcast no matter what. And yeah, guys, again, thank you again. And recommend this podcast to a friend or neighbor that actually likes listening to stuff about combat sports and horror stuff. Maybe they will enjoy this podcast as much as you do. And yeah, guys, that is it. Take care and live to the fullest. Bye.